Love and Death. It tells the true story of two couples, the Montgomerys, Candy and Pat, and the Gores, Betty and Alan. They are apparently good friends who attend church and enjoy their life in a small Texas town until an extramarital affair leads someone to wield an axe. Miniseries of 7 episodes. This crime drama miniseries features renowned actors including Elizabeth Olsen in the lead role of Candy Montgomery and is a new adaptation made for the screen of the tragic event that occurred in the city of Wiley, Texas in 1980. In 2022, the miniseries Candy, starring Jessica Biel, was released, which explores the same theme. So one could argue that this new production is not that original, although it could be said that its particular originality lies in how it develops the story of what happened compared to the aforementioned miniseries of 2022 and to other previous adaptations. Overall, we found this production interesting, intriguing, emotional in parts, and entertaining, with a story that unfolds and develops well from the first episode. To be honest, we were not bored at all, and we liked what we saw. The production elements, such as the cinematography and settings, are good, as well as the performances of the entire cast, highlighting the performance of Elizabeth Olsen, which is very good. We give this entertaining production a score of 3 stars out of 5. The Clearing. The story follows a woman who is forced to face her own nightmares and the demons of her past to try to stop a secret cult that kidnaps and coerces innocent children to fulfill their master plan. Miniseries of 8 episodes. This drama and psychological thriller miniseries is based on the novel In the Clearing by J.P. Pomar, which was in turn inspired by the true story of a cult sect called The Family that was active during the 60s and 80s in Australia. This production has the participation of Teresa Palmer in the main role of Freya, among other renowned actors, and contains a story that is both interesting and intriguing, but it does not fill you completely, since there are somewhat repetitive, slow, complicated, and you could even say messy parts. The first episode is so disorganized and complicated in how it presents a story that it ends up confusing you, and that almost made us not to want to continue watching it. But as we watched the following episodes, we noticed that the story unfolds better, but it progresses in a particularly slow way. Even so, we decided to continue to watch it to see how the story ends. The final episode of this weekly miniseries will be released on July 5th. The production elements and performances of the entire cast are usually decent. It's worth mentioning that the performances of all the child actors are good. For us, this miniseries is neither bad nor good. It's a little more than average, so we give it a score of 2.5 stars out of 5. We'll see how this story finally ends. The Last Thing He Told Me. Hannah has to establish a relationship with her 16-year-old stepdaughter, Bailey, to find out the truth about why her husband has mysteriously disappeared. Miniseries of 7 episodes. This drama, mystery and thriller miniseries is based on the novel of the same name by Laura Dave and stars Jennifer Garner in the lead role of Hannah Hall. We found the story interesting enough to watch it from beginning to end, but it contains some predictable parts that make the plot a bit dull. There is not much more to say about this production. It's, simply speaking, a mini-series that has a plot that in the end keeps you entertained, and that's what matters, but is far from being very good or excellent. Both the production elements and the cast performances are decent. We give this miniseries a score of 2.5 stars out of 5. It's worth watching if you're looking for something sufficiently interesting and entertaining to watch. Until next time,